going to talk about Chennedy Carter, but it looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA. Seriously, she needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the league. Despite the solid fourth season from Carter, an incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. Became the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including Carter.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter.
So she was signed to the Chicago Sky with Teresa Weatherspoon, with Angel Reese, with Camila Cardoso, and, the rest of the folks. And then we get to the body check. This was originally ruled an away from the ball foul, but it was obviously a flagrant foul. It really upset a lot of people, which really escalated the issue. And it was really just poor sportsmanship on Kennedy's part.
It's one thing pushing Caitlin Clark, and it's another thing blindsiding her. Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, we can be honest here.
Can one bad moment really end a career? For Chennedy Carter, a single hip check on Caitlin Clark didn't just spark headlines, it sent her packing from the WNBA to a new league thousands of miles away. Once the Chicago Sky's leading scorer, Carter's now lacing up for Adelitas de Chihuahua in Mexico's professional basketball league, a move that's got fans buzzing and analysts scratching their heads. Was this a fair consequence for her actions, or is the WNBA sending a bigger message? Let's break down how a 26-year-old star went from dropping buckets in Chicago to starting over in Chihuahua and what it means for her future.
I mean, that happens, man. Like, it's one of those things. I'm a great player. She's a great player. It looks a certain way. Everybody's going to have their views on it. But my personal view is, I don't have anything against her. She's a great player, and so am I. And I've got buckets all that season. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those things that, I love it, though. They think I hate it. I love it. I love when it gets riled up and juicy like that.
You feed off of like what people say and shit, and it makes you more motivated.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, I love the hate. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
June 1st, 2024 was just another game day, until it wasn't. The Chicago Sky faced the Indiana Fever in a nail-biter that ended 71-70 for Indiana. Tensions were high, but no one expected a moment that would define Chennedy Carter's career. Late in the game, after a sky basket, Carter and rookie Caitlin Clark crossed paths during a transition. It looked routine until Carter veered sharply, slamming her hip into Clark and sending the Fever's star crashing to the floor. The arena gasped. Commentators stumbled over their words, one blurting, "What was that?" as replays rolled. The foul, initially called a common one, was upgraded to a flagrant one the next day, confirming it was no accident. A 14-second clip of the hit exploded online, racking up millions of views. Angel Reese, caught clapping on the sidelines, added fuel to the fire. But it was Carter's post-game press conference that sealed her fate. When reporters asked about the play, she snapped, "I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions." 7 words that turned a one-day story into a career-altering saga. So how did a player this talented end up here?
I mean, she can score. She can score with the lights out. I mean, she can. She's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard, instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team? I wouldn't.
I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said, and then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court, then I hit like a little bucket, you feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull-up. And then I just like, just give her like a little like, I'm here. Like, I don't think it was You know what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. Like I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who like pushed LeBron out of bounds. Like said, man, I was mad because like we couldn't stop him.
Chennedy Carter's no stranger to the spotlight. Drafted 4th overall by the Atlanta Dream in 2020, she burst onto the scene, setting a franchise rookie record with 35 points in a game and earning all-rookie honors. At 5'9", her quickness and scoring knack drew comparisons to Allen Iverson. In 2024, she led the Sky with 17.5 points per game, shooting an efficient 49% from the field. Overseas, she's been even better, crowned MVP of China's WCBA in 2024-2025 with 31.4 points per game and leading Turkey's league in scoring in 2023. She's dropped 50-point games and even notched triple-doubles abroad. On paper, Carter's a star any team would want. But there's a catch. Her career's been dogged by conduct issues. In 2021, the Dream suspended her mid-season after she nearly fought teammate Courtney Williams over attitude concerns. Traded to the Los Angeles Sparks in 2022, she saw her minutes slashed due to poor behavior. By the time she joined the Sky, whispers about her radioactive reputation were loud enough to echo through front offices. Talent wasn't the problem, it was everything else.
During the 2024 WNBA season, guard Chennedy Carter emerged as a key player for the Chicago Sky, leading the team in scoring with 17.5 points per game, a career high. She would still be probably their best pure offensive weapon if she was still on that team. Now, there's a world where Camila Cardoso, and I've said this, will be their best player this year, provided they allow her to ball, or provided Angel Reese gets the hell out of the way, one of the two.
The Chicago Sky's decision to let Carter walk was a stunner. Here's a 26-year-old guard, their top scorer, hitting free agency, and they didn't even offer a qualifying contract. That's not just a basketball move, it's a statement. Reports suggest Carter's post-game comments about Clark created locker room friction. Teammates and coaches were frustrated by her refusal to take accountability, especially after a play that embarrassed the organization. One anonymous GM reportedly said, "We won't touch her with a 10-foot pole." The Sky, under new leadership after firing coach Teresa Weatherspoon, prioritized culture over stats. Letting their leading scorer go for nothing sent a clear message. No player, no matter how talented, is bigger than the team. But what happened next was even more telling.
So I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh, it's not one of those things.
It's not a personal thing. It's a competitive thing.
It happens in basketball, and like it's just one of those things. But like, yeah, it's kind of what happened. Then it spiraled out of control.
And then the media takes whatever narrative they want to
do
put
you
out.
watch every game, every single game, to see if you can find any deflects in my game, and like it's really nothing that you probably could say too much about. So then you have trolls, and that's why I said they're gonna be around regardless. But yeah, it was just like a nice little like tap, like I'm here, not to like harm you or anything. You know, if you want to push somebody, you're gonna like full force.
If the Sky's move was bold, the league's response was deafening. Not one of the WNBA's 13 teams, including the expansion Golden State Valkyries, offered Carter a contract. Over 120 days in free agency, her phone stayed silent. This wasn't about her game. Carter's 17.5 points per game ranked 12th in the league last season, and at 26, she's in her prime. Yet executives saw her as a risk. Her history of suspensions, reduced minutes, and that viral Clark incident painted a picture of a player who could disrupt team chemistry. Some fans on X speculated she was blackballed, pointing to her undeniable talent and overseas success. One post read, "She's the Allen Iverson of the W, but no GM wants the drama." Others argued her attitude made her untouchable, with a Reddit thread calling her a locker room nightmare. Whether it's blackballing or just risk-averse GMs, the result was the same. Carter was out of the WNBA, so where did she land?
And then Chennedy just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and kind of what led to.
Next question.
Yeah, the play before Caitlin, it seemed like she turned you a little bit.
Yeah.
After
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough. We're good.
She's good.
Those 7 words ricocheted through basketball circles with remarkable speed. Within hours, sports analysts who might have defended the on-court incident as just physical basketball.
In April 2025, Carter signed with Adelitas de Chihuahua in Mexico's Liga Nacional de Baloncesto Profesional Femenil, a league far removed from the WNBA spotlight. She's not alone. Former Fever guard Victoria Vivians, who played 6 WNBA seasons, joined her. The team hyped Carter's arrival on Instagram, touting her scoring prowess and WCBA MVP award. For Carter, it's a fresh start, a chance to dominate without the baggage of her WNBA past, but it's also a step down. The LNBPF lacks the prestige, exposure, and pay of the WNBA, where stars like Clark command global attention. Carter's talent could make her a star in Mexico, but the question lingers, is this a pit stop or a permanent exit? Fans on X are split. Some cheer her new chapter, while others see it as a fall from grace. One user wrote, "She's too good for this, but she made her bed." Carter's next move depends on more than just buckets.
This is crazy, and this changes everything, because all this time, we've been waiting on Chennedy Carter to take responsibility for what she did to Caitlin Clark. It shows me, I ain't even got to watch all this footage right here, but I am going to look at it. But it's showing me right now that she still is not taking responsibility for her actions. She's finna blame this whole situation on Caitlin Clark supposedly talking smack to her.
Last week, Carter broke her silence on the Clark incident in an interview with podcaster Neon, and it didn't go as she'd hoped. Months after the foul, with her WNBA career on ice, she called the hip check a light tap, claiming it was just competitive fire. "I hit a bucket, came down, and gave her a little 'I'm here,'" she said, comparing it to NBA players pushing LeBron James. She even suggested Clark might have elbowed her first, though replays show no such contact. The explanation landed like a brick. Fans and analysts already skeptical saw it as doubling down on denial. One ex-post fumed, "She's still making excuses, no accountability." Carter insisted she has no personal issue with Clark, calling them both great players, but her casual dismissal of a play that cost her career only reinforced the narrative. She's not ready to own her mistakes, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just like, just respond, calm down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense, and I feel like that's kind of what we did, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
And there has not been a peep about anywhere that she could be landing in this free agency. So a lot of people, including myself, are wondering, is she worth the risk now?
The WNBA is changing, and Carter's exit is a symptom of that shift. Caitlin Clark's arrival in 2024 didn't just boost viewership, it rewrote the league's playbook. Her jersey outsells every player's, and Fever games smashed attendance records. The WNBA is leaning into professionalism, with stricter conduct rules and a focus on marketability. Teams want players who elevate the brand, not derail it. Clark's poise after the foul, brushing it off as part of the game, contrasted sharply with Carter's defiance, showing what the league now values. The Fever, meanwhile, are building a fortress around Clark, adding veterans like Sophie Cunningham, who's vowed to stop cheap shots. Carter's absence isn't just about one foul, it's about a league prioritizing cohesion over chaos. As one GM put it, skill without character won't cut it anymore. But what do fans think?
Fast forward to Friday, Carter, who saw her one-year deal with the Sky come to an end, has yet to sign with the WNBA team. With training camp right around the corner, Carter has elected to join a different league as she awaits another shot at the WNBA. Chennedy Carter has taken her talents to the Mexican, and I'm not even trying to pronounce that, the LMBPF. Long story short, it's in Mexico, and it looks like a women's Mexican basketball league, professional basketball league.
Social media is buzzing with takes on Carter's saga. On X, some fans defend her, arguing her talent deserves another shot. She's 26 and dropping 30 a game overseas. Bring her back, one user posted. Others are less forgiving, with a comment reading, "Her attitude's the issue, not Clark. Good riddance." Reddit threads dive deeper, with users debating whether the WNBA's blackballing her or if she's just too risky. One fan wrote, "She's electric, but you can't trust her in a clutch moment." Another countered, "The league's scared of her edge, but they'll regret passing on her." The split reflects Carter's polarizing presence, a scorer who lights up highlight reels but leaves drama in her wake. Her supporters see a star sidelined by politics. Her critics see a player who burned her own bridges. Either way, her story's far from over.
Something's got to wake her up too. You know? I mean, something's got to wake her up and say, man, I could be in the WNBA right now, starting on the team, being their leading scorer. I've got to get my temper and my head under control. I got to figure it out somehow. There's no doubt Chennedy Carter is extremely talented, but she's got to get her head screwed on straight. That she knocked Caitlin Clark to the floor. We all saw it, a flagrant foul. And many people, including myself, thought it was borderline assault. It was awful.
So, what's next for Chennedy Carter? In Mexico, she's got a chance to reset. The LNBPF's a platform to showcase her skills, maybe even catch a WNBA scout's eye. At 26, she's young enough for a comeback, but it hinges on more than jumpers and crossovers. Carter needs to show growth, owning her past, rebuilding trust, and proving she can be a teammate, not a tempest. Her Neon interview suggests she's not there yet, but a strong season in Chihuahua could change the narrative. Some fans hold out hope, with one X post saying if she balls out and stays drama-free, she's back in 2026. Others aren't so sure, pointing to her history of second chances. Could Carter return to the WNBA, or is Mexico her new home? That depends on whether she can channel her fire into focus, not fouls. Chennedy Carter's journey from WNBA stardom to Mexico's courts is a tale of talent undone by temperament. One flagrant foul and a few reckless words reshaped her path, showing how fast a career can pivot. The WNBA's moving forward, with Caitlin Clark leading a new era of professionalism and polish. Carter, meanwhile, starts over in Chihuahua, where her skills will shine but her legacy's in question. Is she a victim of a league too quick to judge, or a player who couldn't adapt to its demands? That's the debate raging online, and it's one worth pondering. If Carter's story has you fired up, drop your take in the comments. Does she deserve another shot, or did she earn this exile? Like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop. The WNBA's drama never stops, and neither do we. Chennedy Carter's journey from WNBA stardom to Mexico's courts is a tale of talent undone by temperament. One flagrant foul and a few reckless words reshaped her path, showing how fast a career can pivot. The WNBA's moving forward, with Caitlin Clark leading a new era of professionalism and polish. Carter, meanwhile, starts over in Chihuahua, where her skills will shine but her legacy's in question. Is she a victim of a league too quick to judge, or a player who couldn't adapt to its demands? That's the debate raging online, and it's one worth pondering. If Carter's story has you fired up, drop your take in the comments. Does she deserve another shot, or did she earn this exile? Like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop. The WNBA's drama never stops, and neither do we.